Hey YouTube, it's Jake here from WxDProductions, and today I'm going to be showing you a very simple fix to a very common problem. Now, probably like me, you probably don't have any new speaker systems which incorporate Apple's relatively new system of AirPlay, which lets you play any iDevices sound, music, video, or whatever through your speaker system or Apple TV or what have you. So, and if you're like me, I already have a very nice, powerful 5.1 surround sound speaker system attached to my iPod, and I don't particularly want to go out and buy a decent one just to play my iPod on. So, what some very clever people have done is they've made a client for your Windows and I think Mac computer as well that allows you to play your sound exactly like it would on a normal Mac onto the speakers. Now what I'm going to do, as always, is show you very quickly and simply how to do it. So, let's get started. Is you need to go into the download link, which will be in the description, and you need to download this file, which is called SharePort for Windows. Once it's downloaded, there are no viruses on it, there's no nothing, you can run it. Remember, just with security warnings, do what you always do. Run, and nothing will happen, which is 100% normal, because what will happen is, if you look on your taskbar down here, there will be this icon which says SharePort 4W. Now you right click on it, click on show. Sometimes this loads up as soon as you run the program, but other times it launches down there. So what we have here is a very simple layout. Bear in mind I've already run this, which is why I've got this stuff filled in. Normally this will just say SharePort for Windows and the password will be blank. Now to change anything, as you can see here with the two colour shields, which indicates you need administrator privileges. So if you just click modify values and any administrator stuff, log it with that, then these unlock themselves. The tray icon is the thing down there. Start minimized is exactly what happened, which is when you double click on it, it started down here at the bottom. And auto start means it will launch with Windows when you turn your computer on, which is always useful. Now this down here is something they've recently added to it, which is the track info and the playlist. Which what it means is that when you're playing something, it allows very simply and easily. If I show you here with my iPod here, I'm just going to just find something decent. Right, there we go. Now that something is playing off my iPod, which I have next to me, duration. We also have the information on it, the artist, title and album along with the album cover, and we have these controls down here, which is really useful. If you need the song name, it will be in the description, and obviously you just pause it and it pauses. Now the rest of it, if you go into advanced, redirecting sound you really don't need. You can leave that on whatever you want. I'm going to leave it on max. Sound card means if you have multiple speakers hooked up, whether it's through like multiple headphone sockets, multiple sound cards, then you can use this to select them. And then there's just extra stuff down here. Now the next bit is personal preference. So you have the airport name, which is what comes up if you click on the AirPlay logo on your device. It comes up with this name, which for me I've just set it to my computer's name, which is Custom Sousa, because it's a long story. And for the sakes of this, the password is going to be YouTube, which makes it easier. And then once you've done that, just click OK, wait for the loading, and it's done. That's it, set, back up, and you're ready to go. On the computer end anyway. So now let's switch over to the iPod, and I'll show you how to set it up on there. Right, so for all of you that don't know how to set up the AirPlay, what you do is you open your music app, and you click on this unusual logo, which if you haven't got any other AirPlay things in your house, you won't ever see. But now it's up. So what you do is once you've pressed on it, you get this top one. If I zoom in for the focus, you can see the top one is the iPod, which is just the normal speaker, and we've got two computers down here. Now if you remember, this middle one is the computer I set up, and the other's just a different computer I've got it set up on in my room. So what you do is
you find the one you want and you just click on it, and then you come up with the password. Now, because of technical difficulties, I've actually changed the password from what I set it up to earlier. It's now just quite simply WxD. So just type that in. Now it remembers it until you change it, so it's all really easy. And then all you do is you click OK. And if it's worked and it's connected properly, then what will happen is this logo will turn orange, which means it's connected. So now any music sound will play through my speakers. And if I show you just through the iPod, I've got the song here. If I play it to you. It's a very bad microphone. Right, so now that you've heard the quality of that, what I'm going to do now is set it, I'm going to pause it, select this again. As you can see, the logo's just turned orange and nothing's changed. Now, you can't see my computer, but it's actually not showing anything anymore. Fuck. Right, so now that it's gone orange, what you can do is, as soon as you hit play, there is a little bit of lag between it, but now, if I put my... There's the microphone. It's now playing through my speakers just as if it was playing through the normal, as if it was playing through iTunes. And there is a little bit of lag. If I show you, if I put the microphone back to it, you can't hear me speak. As you can hear, there is a little bit of lag, but not that bad. It's about a second, second and a half. And if I put the microphone back, I can show you changing tracks. Now what you might be able to see and hear, well you probably can't because of my camera, but there is no, in the actual number here, and where it comes out the speaker, there isn't any lag. It's just the iPod takes longer to compute it because it's not actually playing through its speaker, it has to stream it, which can get slow. Now one thing I should mention is that with this program, it doesn't do, if I went to, let's say, into videos. Okay, I don't have any, but if I did try and play a video with AirPlay, it wouldn't register just AirPlay, which is sound, but it works, as I've got here, I've got iTube. There isn't very much. If I just find a song. Fortunately with this app, you can't see, but the logo's already on this app, it goes blue. But now it is playing, as you can hear, you probably can't, but you can probably hear that a little bit, but that is now playing, so it does mean third-party apps can use the AirPlay system. There we go, now it's stopped. So AirPlay is just a really easy way of taking the music of any of your iDevices onto your iPod. And now if I switch over to the computer, I can show you its use in iTunes. Right, now that we're back over to the computer, I can show you its use in iTunes, which means you can play audio from one computer onto another. So what you do now is you'll see the same AirPlay logo next to the volume logo, as exactly the same as you did on the iPod, but now you can just click on it. It requires a password, which, as you know, is WxD. Click remember because it's easier, and then there you go. The logo turns blue, and it means you can play. And there's no point in me playing anything because it's just going to play the music onto the same computer, which defeats the point entirely. But one cool feature with iTunes is if you have multiple AirPlay speakers, you can change what audio things they come out of. So I can select, if I just use this as an example, this is my other computer which runs SharePort for Windows. So now I can select two, I can change the volumes individually, which is really useful, so I can play it in two different places really easily, really seamlessly. Same controls, same library, just in two different places. And then obviously you can just select the one and the logo turns blue. And then it means you've got your entire library, which for me is all of 7 days worth, anywhere where you want, just simply using your iPod, which makes everything so much easier. Right, so that's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, comment below. Sorry for the really bad microphone quality, I need to get a new one. But this was £7 from Tesco, so what do you expect? Probably contains horse. Right, bye.